Great morning, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being on. No sugar in my coffee. You know what time it is. As I expressed over this weekend, we have a guest speaker. Yes, a guest speaker. And I can't wait to share him with you. Hey, it's been a great and marvelous weekend. I hope that you had a great weekend. I really do. Whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on Facebook, Live Me, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Periscope or any other social media platform and you're watching me right now, thank you so much for watching the replay. Good morning to you on Facebook. Good morning to you out there in the world. I know it's early for everybody on the East Coast as well as the West Coast. But nonetheless, today's topic is law, the law. And what most people don't realize is that affectionate law, the law that we give into so much in life. They take for granted that particular thing that we call law. Just three characters and strong. But when I think of that specific word, I think of how impacting it truly is in life. That moment that you understand law. Those moments that you really take into law. And I'm not talking about the law that most people see on an everyday basis or that we try to apply when we're driving. I'm not talking about that law. I'm talking about the moral law. There is a moral law and there's an immoral absence from that law. But I promise you, the fact is that when we start understanding that law, when we start understanding and incorporating that law into our life, and we share it each and every single day, there is an absolute greater joy, not just in your skeleton, your outer skeleton, the external part, but in the internal part, in your heart, in your mind, in your soul. That law. It don't matter how much you try to change. It doesn't matter how many countries try to transform and change the dynamics of policy. There is still a law. There is still a genuine law. And when you don't apply that law, that principle to your life, then you might as well die. There is a law that most people forget. And until you find that particular law and you abide by it, then you start living. That's why there's so many laws when it comes to the great success in life. That's why so many individuals, it doesn't matter if it's Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Bob Proctor, Eric Thomas, who else? Gary Vaynerchuk. It doesn't matter who it is. They understand that there is a law. There is a principle. There is a form. There is a universe of law and balance. And if you don't apply that to your life, then you will not see success in the realms of those areas. In the realms of those principles, you will not see it. It will not come to you. And that's why 97% of people in this world never tap into the greatness. They never ride in their full potential because they don't get the law. They don't understand the law. And it's not my job to continue to spoon feed everybody on that law, but you. He said in the greatest book, one of the things that I've loved so hard is that in the book, it says that knowledge is the principal thing. We live, and it's too easy to give into the spoon feeding of ignorance and the spoon feeding of damnation. But to see the law and to grow, that's taking flight. That's taking your life to the next level. And that's what I love so much. Let me jump in right here. Because this is I have a special guest with me. Yes, sir. I want to share somebody. What's going on, Coach Muñiz? What's going on, bro? So I got a special guest with us today, and we're gonna jump on right now. He's special to me. He's special to my family. What's going on, brother? And so let's go ahead and bring my special guest out. Let me get this one mic. Let me get this one. There we go. Here we go. Boom. Great morning, everybody. Of course, everybody on Facebook, thank you guys so much for sharing this feed out. Again, as I expressed, special guest today. I'm honored and privileged to invite my son, go Navy. Look at my man. Come on, jump in, son. Come jump in. So everybody on all social media platforms, this is my son, Isaac Sagasta. I'm honored and privileged and blessed. Coach Muniz is on Instagram as well as other followers, as well as on Facebook and on this Facebook. But this is a great platform. This is a great opportunity for you guys to meet my son, Isaac Sagasta, who is going to the Navy. He leaves on Wednesday. He swears in on Thursday, and he ships out on Thursday. And I'm honored and privileged for his first time since I have been on this platform, on this arena, to really invite him onto No Sugar My Coffee. Now, it's not just this particular moment, but it is something that literally, like last night, just overwhelmingly, I seen my firstborn son now taking flight, now getting ready to spread his wings and to take flight and to help all those other brothers and sisters in the Navy as well as in the armed forces to defend our Constitution, to defend our nation, to defend our rights, to defend that law. That specific thing that I gave out this morning is that law. So I'm gonna let my son. I know he's. I know you're a little nervous, but not that nervous. I know he just got up a little while ago. I was like, yo, you're a guest. Are you a guest? You're a guest on No Sugar My Coffee. And he was like, whoa, I gotta get up. Isaac, what is one of those things that you look at and you say, wow, this is gonna be an absolute change? What are two things that you honestly, I guess, will anchor back and anchor in? What are 2 or 3 things that you say, I'm going to anchor my life in these areas? What are those 3 things that you can just name off? I know there's more than that, but if you had to give 3 things that you're going to anchor yourself in, what would be those 3 things?
So, like, what are you saying?
So, like, I'm anchored in being absolutely honest to myself. Before I could be honest to anybody else or your mother, I had to be anchored in my character. I had to be anchored. I had to start making changes. And if it wasn't for Dr. Eric Thomas giving me light, giving me some understanding, as well as another great teacher like Zig Ziglar, a great teacher and a great mentor, that anchor is in my character, in my integrity. So, like, what 3 things do you take away for you, son?
I really don't know that. Like, I just kind of going into the Navy is just like we've grown. Me, Andrew, Delaney have all grown up with discipline in the house, but I can't really think of 3 things I'd anchor
So, like,
down to myself.
discipline.
But, like, I know the change is going to be a little bit different. Their discipline is a little bit different. I guess the way they're so organized is going to be a little different for me. Someone who's used to probably coming home and has a couple days to think about, hey, I got to clean my room, I got to do this. Whereas for them, it's every day, you're organized. Life is just going to go a little fast paced, as my recruiter said, in the Navy. And I guess just it's a whole nother life-changing opportunity to experience what people in college kind of experience the same emotions, I guess. Whereas in the Navy, a lot of people are all feeling almost the same thing, as they're like kind of nervous going into boot camp and going through the same thing, getting put into a certain division. I can't really think of anything else.
I look back on what you just said. You said discipline. And I for me, as my son had mentioned, like, one of the strongest things in our house is discipline. Like, being disciplined on many areas in life. And I know that the military really is stringent on discipline. And I'm glad that my son understands that, because he knows that everything that, as soon as he gets off that bus and they're in his face, he understands that's only for a moment. That's not going to be continual. As I have come down on you many times, and I think about those moments, as I expressed to him, I said, our title is for I Remember When. And last night, last night was one of those I guess magical moments, if you want to say, where we were at church and we were expressing like some of those I remember when moments. But I will always remember that discipline was a strong factor in our house. And I know that sacrificing many things in our house to have great things has been second nature to that. Of course, our applied faith, and everything that we do, we apply our faith. And I expressed to Isaac when we left church yesterday, I said, man, I said, promise me that you will focus. And there was this awkward silence. And that's one of the anchors, is being focused. Today, your father is more focused because of great teachers, because of great principles, because of being more disciplined. Waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning for 4 years was probably one of the hardest things I ever had to do, but it taught me discipline, but it taught me also to grow stronger in my faith. And I understood what he was saying. And I know it hasn't, in the last few months, it hasn't been as strong of waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I've been really stringent on focusing on giving what the kids need in our school some more attention. So I'm focusing a little bit more on other things now. But I know that with all my heart, that the more that you implement all that truth that they give you, all the information that you leave with your pockets full every single time that a DI is in your face, or any book information. I told my son yesterday, I know he can't have a lot of books right now, but I expressed with him, while you're in school, man, while you're in classes, while you have any time to yourself, I said, learn up. Take as much time as you possibly can. Take all that knowledge, all that information from people that have been in there 10 years, people that have been in there 15 years, people that have been in there 20 years. I got great friends, and he knows who they are. People in my community and people outside my community that were a part of that branch and that have years of experience, years of lessons. And I expressed to him, I said, man, call him. I'll always be your father, but you have now new brothers and new mentors in life. And so that's what I was expressing, like your anchor. What are you going to anchor yourself in? Because if there's anything that I've learned through great mentorship, is to have something that you just are anchored in. You can't be moved. Like my faith can't be tried. It can't be moved. So that anchor, son. I'm absolutely honored that you are leaving to defend our country, and especially in our small community, to give a whole lot more. It's easy to go to college, as you said. It's easy to go to college and to really, and be all honest, you do need a little discipline, especially to make sure, because I've met kids that have come back from college. They lacked discipline. They lacked communication. They lacked, what else? What else would you say?
Just those main two things.
Those main two things, right? Right? So discipline and organization, they lack those things, and so they come back. And I express with you that if you go all in with the Navy and you make it a career, that you will see so much success after. George over at Mega Toppers and many others that have served 20, 25 years have expressed that generosity of your sacrifice and how our country gives back to you. Yeah, we've seen other things, other laws change, but nonetheless, we've just seen a great bill of $2.8 billion go towards the military. You know, I can't wait to fly my flag like Billy's dad down the road, emphasizing that, one, I am a proud father of a Navy man, but I'm also a proud father of a son who grew up to be a leader. That, to me, means more than anything. Is because you are the legacy of your father and your mother. And everything that you do, as I have expressed over and over, when I used to drop you guys off at school, I used to always tell you guys, be a leader, be a leader, be a leader. And forever, you will be that. When you leave this home, when you when you take your keys out and you open your own door to your home, you are a leader in every aspect of life. And man, I love you, Isaac. I love you, and I wish the best, and I will always pray for the best for you. And I know there are people out here that are watching right now that will do the same thing, as well as the people in our church, as well as the people in my community. You rest assured that you will always be in the hands of God. You feel me?
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, I appreciate you guys being on. I know I got a little teary-eyed. I really thought I wasn't going to get that teary-eyed, but nonetheless, hey, it's my son. It's my baby boy. It's my baby boy. And I hope that you guys truly understand sacrifice, discipline. Sacrifice, discipline go hand in hand with the law of success. When you really want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, you will start to implement discipline, organization into your life. Never forget it. Many blessings to you guys. Make every single day a masterpiece. Hey, and don't forget to pray for our troops every single day. I'm out. Thank you, brother.